their boat, GB, Italy, South Africa, Great Britain, Australia, Canada and the Netherlands. South Africa with Hunt, Smith, Greet and Green.
We're going to see a fascinating battle here between the power of Great Britain, the rhythm of Australia, the intensity of the Italians.
Italy, South Africa, GB, Australia, Canada and the Netherlands in this Olympic final. Red to green, and we are go here in the men's 4A final at Rio 2016. GB in there in lane 3, Konstantin Louloudis, George Nash, Mohamed Spihi and Alex Gregory, and you have to go back to Atlanta 96 to find the last time a British crew didn't win this event. It was Australia on that occasion, and that was their second straight gold medal in the event. So you have little dynasties being built in the men's 4, and there's no doubt that Britain's dynasty has been the boldest and the brashest, really, in an Olympic sense for the best part of 2 decades. They've got out well in lane 3, stroked by Louloudis with Alex Gregory in the bow seat. Then it's Mohamed Spihi in the 2 seat and George Nash in the 3.
Yeah, great start there from Great Britain, leading out by a canvas over Australia. South Africa as well, going out hard. Italians, they were winners in the second heat in this event, but were third in the semi-final behind South Africa and Australia. And great battle already, I think, developing here. Australia, in all their races, they've set out in front by miles. So how's the mindset going to play out? And they're sitting down on a crew as strong and as good as Great Britain.
They always seem to find a formula to GB in this boat, but the challenge is going to come from Australia. It is GB and Australia who are out in front at 500. That was the 1 and 2, by the way, in London in 2012. Australia there in second here was silver medalist behind GB 4 years ago. They have 2 of the same crew in Lockwood and Dunkley Smith. Boog and Hill have come in place of James Chapman and Drew Ginn, who is the legendary sweep rower for the Aussies. GB and Australia, with the Aussies gaining now on GB in lane 4. It's Hill in the stroke seat, Lockwood in the bow, Dunkley Smith in the 2 seat and Booth in the 3. This is going to be a right old ding-dong battle.
Yeah, as it so often has over the last few Olympics. It's coming down to 2 crews. There's Canada and Great Britain in Athens, just getting the surge on the line, Great Britain in that event. Australia and Great Britain in the last games. Great Britain just having the measure of them. And as we come up now, the Australians are starting to draw level. The British look a little more relaxed to me. They're underrating the Australians, and for the more powerful crew, I think they're saving something in reserve here. They know they're going to have a battle to the line. They're going to need something in the tank when it comes time to sprint. These Australians do row so well. It's clear water now. Back to South Africa, who have put themselves strongly in contention for that bronze medal.
Well, Australia 0.22 down at the 1,000, look to be upping their rating now and are threatening to get past GB. This is a GB boat that contained Redgrave at one time of day, Pinsent and Cracknell, all the legends, but it's the current crop being threatened all the way by the Aussies.
Yeah, and another race for the ages here between these 2. Stroke for stroke. Big move there from Great Britain. They've upped their rating now. They're overrating Australia, and they've taken 3 seats. You can see Konstantin Louloudis. He's the only man overlapping the bow of the Australian boat. William Lockwood. Great move from them. Can Australia respond?
Gregory was in that boat in London. There's been a chopping and changing of the crew since then. They've come from the 8, Spihi and Louloudis. Bronze in the pair for George Nash. But they've got the fusion together in the men's 4 boat now, GB. and half a length up on the Australians. The Aussies silver medalists the last 2 games. They were beaten by GB both in 2012 and 2008. Also a bronze back in 2000 on home water in Sydney, but it's GB from Australia and South Africa leading the best of the rest. That hunt for the bronze medal.
Well, yeah, the Italians, we know how they can charge. South Africa's going to have to dig deep. They push past the Italians in their semi-final, so that'll give them some confidence. Can't write off Netherlands on the close side of the course, but out front, these 2 stellar crews fighting it out. They've had some great battles this season. Australia almost took them in Lucerne. They caught a crab just on the line, but at the moment, Great Britain striding out such big lengths. Mohamed Shibi there, 202 metres tall. He's a big man. And in the bow, Alex Gregory, after missing out on Beijing, he piled on the muscle to make himself a linchpin of this crew. In Australia trying to fight back now as we come into 250 to go.
It's GB from Australia and South Africa desperately trying to hold off the Italians. Italy pushed GB all the way, almost took them at the line in Sydney in 2000. Australia threatening to do that now, but it's GB coming home. Is it to be 5 consecutive gold medals in the men's 4 for GB? Yes, it is the answer. Australia pushing, but it's going to be GB and Italy finishing strongly to Australia second again. That's the same 1-2 for the 3rd Olympics in a row in the 4-boat. And Italy have come through to beat South Africa for a medal, the bronze medal. But it's the latest combination who have been too strong for the rest for Britain. It's Louloudis, Nash, Spihi and Gregory with another gold for GB in the men's 4.
Yeah, an amazing race from them. Australia asked the question, they pulled up alongside, came through the 1,000, and Great Britain, they put the foot down, and Australia couldn't respond. Same for South Africa, just watching them through the final 250. In the 2-seat there, Jonathan Allen Smith completely spent. Fast finishing Italians, as they so often do, push themselves through into medal contention.
Just phenomenal from GB, and likewise the Italians who won their race within a race to get a medal ahead of the South Africans. Shades there of 2000 when they almost took GB at the line, but no one was taking Great Britain here. A good solid margin actually over Australia in the context of this boat, with Italy just pipping the South Africans.
Unfortunately, South Africa getting 4th place there, second, separating us from that bronze medal. And also news coming through a little bit earlier on, just a minute ago, is that Great Britain have now broken the world record again. This is the men's pursuit, beating Australia for the